Alright guys, this is my ultimate death build, critical strike, super damage. Alright, here we go. I'm going to give you guys a brief damage demonstration first to show you the proof of the damage. Here we go. Alright. Alright, that's just some of the damage right there, as you can see. Those were regular hits with my secondary weapon. Killed everything. Alright, let's get into the build. Alright, what you guys want to do first off is get a possessed weapon. If you could find a possessed weapon with no stats added to it already, so you can add all the stats you want, what you do is the stats you want from a certain item, you make sure that item is the item that levels your possessed weapon to the next level, and then you can select from that items that levels this weapon up. You can select the stats you want off of it. Alright, here, let's get into it. You want to make sure you have critical chance. That's a must-have. You want critical damage increase if you can find an item to take it from. And strength, critical damage increase, strength, and critical chance. 3 must-haves. As you can see, I don't have it on this site. This site had its own innate stats already on it, so I just went for strength, critical chance, and the critical damage increase I'll probably add to a different site when I find later. Okay. I have defense also in this because I'm a berserker type fighter, and with the defense I won't get hit as hard. For the secondary weapon, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have critical chance as well, some strength for the secondary weapon. This is important. Strength on your secondary weapon adds to your overall strength, which increases damage for both of your weapons, and strength increases your damage by a crap load. This also had an innate stats on it, so I went for the critical chance, and I didn't get too much into this one, but what you want to do is make sure all of your weapons have critical damage increase, strength, and critical chance. For your armor, here's your armor, right? You want to make sure to get critical damage and strength. Those are the 2 most important stats for the armor. Critical damage and strength. You want to do this throughout all of your armor, as you can see here. And that's the thing. Everything, critical damage increase and strength throughout your armor. Here's the kicker. If you can find a talisman with critical chance, critical damage, and strength increase, then you're ahead of the game. But I got lucky. I say I got the critical chance and critical damage. The arcane I really don't care for. Alright, get into the skills, baby. As you can see, all those damage points that were flying all over the place, those skeletons were kind of weak. They didn't have too much defense, but even on the deposed king, I killed him at level 12, and I was doing 2k crits on him, and he has a crap load of defense. Here you go. You want unstoppable first of all. When maxed out, it gives you plus 50 strength. As you could see, when I threw unstoppable in with the rest of my skills, my damage went insane. Alright, the thing is, strength is so important. 50 strength did all that much more increase in my damage. Imagine if you have strength throughout all of your armor and both of your weapons. Insane. Then I moved down here to inevitability. Alright, while unstoppable is active, you get 20% more critical chance, right? So that's 1 out of 5. 20% is 1 out of 5, so 1 out of 5 hits is going to be a critical. And coupled with the 10% innate from level 1 critical chance, you got 30% right there. And then I have a 15% talisman. That's what, 45% chance right there, right off the bat. Alright, down here, critical strikes, while unstoppable is active, does 40% more damage. Insane, which is pretty awesome. Over here, I went down to Call of the Grave. While unstoppable is active, no, this increases the time of unstoppable actually. So you last much longer, and that's this skill is a must. You know, the longer Unstoppable is active, the more damage you do. This one, I'm just testing it out. Killing Blow. While Unstoppable is active, you have a 5% chance that each hit will do another hit. So I'm thinking if you get a critical in, it'll probably do another critical, you know? So you get 2 hits for the price of 1. Alright, Harvest. The skill you saw me destroying everything with. Right now it deals about 2,048 damage, but when Unstoppable is active, I noticed this skill jumped up in points. When I looked at it before, it jumped up to about 3,048 damage. Added another 1,000 points of damage. Alright, so you can see strength, 50 points of strength would make this hit for 3,000, so you get a whole nother 1,000 points of damage from strength, 50 strength. Alright, Reaping increases the critical strike chance of Harvest by 25%. And what was I at, 50 some odd percent before? So this is what, 75% chance of critting on each strike. So more often than not, you're gonna do a critical hit when you use Harvest. Okay, over here, Trauma. It says each enemy hit by Harvest increases death damage by 20% per enemy hit. So if I hit 5 enemies, my damage is increased by 100%. As you can see, after I used Harvest, usually I would crit with my secondary heavy weapon for about 4,000, but after Harvest, I was doing over 8,000 a crit with this skill. Alright, around here you have Red Harvest, adds 8 Reaper energy points per hit, but per hit with Harvest, but I've never used my Reaper form. I only use it once, to be honest, but after that I never use it again, because you could see the amount of damage I do, it way outweighs Reaper form. I'd say when I get the chance and I start doing the Coliseum and whatnot, I'll move straight from here, teleport slash, and go all the way down to Death Blossom. I've never been over to the Necromancer. This is my first playthrough, and I'm only at level 18 right now. I've seen people playing the Necromancer form, and they seem like they're taking more time than not to kill certain enemies, while I'm just knocking everything down in like 8 to 10 seconds. Even bosses, man. The bosses, I beat Gorewood at level 5, and I beat the Deposed King at level 12, which wasn't an easy task. Took me a couple tries, but with my build and skills, you'll drop him in no time. He dropped a level 20 weapon, so I still can't even use it, and I'm like almost halfway through the game. Alright, and that's my build basically, you know? Give it a shot, and make sure to get those skills that you want for your possessed weapons from other weapons, you know? It's very important. Alright, have a good night. Give my build a try.